Hey YouTube, what's up? Audio Jake here, bringing you another Black Desert online video. This is in my Let's Play series. Hopefully, you have purchased Black Desert Online, you've been following along, and you're having some fun on the season servers. You're doing a little bit of everything, and just enjoying the game. This video is going to be geared more towards life skilling. I want to do some cooking. I want to introduce you to it. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the things I enjoy the most on Black Desert Online. Thought I'd make a video about it to help you out, to get you started. Alright, we're looking at Shinobi, one of my favorite characters. She is the female version of the ninja. It's a cool class to play. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, she is not on the season server. She is a regular character, and I need to play her more. She's very fun. I only have her level 25. I just haven't found the time to play her very much, because I got Shy going and I'm doing some life skilling on the season server. So let's go ahead and load in. Let's get to cooking. All right. We are loaded in. Let's make sure I have access to my residence. Sometimes it bugs out in Black Desert Online. I don't know why, but sometimes it does. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Okay, first of all, we're going to start out down here. I want to show you a little bit of things about worker nodes. And the work supervisor itself. Okay, so if you've been following along, we've gone over how to basically do simple gathering. If you remember, I showed you how to get the Liana's tool bag in one of my other videos. Highly recommend that for gathering. It's almost like a must-have, because as you can see, if you hit tool bag, it houses all of your gathering tools, which is very, very useful for life skillers, because it doesn't take up inventory slots then, which is fantastic. And if you just want to gather stuff, as you can see here, I have a pickaxe, got some rock, and bam, there you go. You can gather some out of this thicket, barehanded, grab some weeds, right? Same deal over here. You can just gather stuff, boom, there you go, gather some rocks. Cool, right? Two resource pools to be aware of while you're out gathering, things like that. You know, be it trees, bushes, rocks, that kind of stuff, would be your energy pool. So, higher level tools, and also higher level mastery, because if you hit P on your keyboard, and as you can see here, it's basically an EXP bar. I am a professional 3 gatherer. This is the chance to not consume energy while you are gathering. Also, the higher you go, so let's say you get to Guru, right? You start as a beginner, let's say you get to Guru. It also ups the chance of getting rare materials while you're gathering. So that's what energy is used for. It's used for things like that. It's used for investing in nodes. It's used for different things, like you can get different items. You can learn new knowledge from NPCs by utilizing energy. That's what the energy pool is basically used for. You regain 1 point of energy every 3 minutes while you're logged in. 1 point for every hour while you're logged off. Each character that you have in your stable, your family, oh, wrong key, sorry. If I hit disconnect here, it brings up all my characters. Okay, as you can see here, Canoness, she has 135 level of energy because she's utilized some this week. So, your current pool is based off of each character, but your cap is across your entire family, if that makes sense. The other, let's see, contribution points is the other investment point system to be aware of. It's basically like a secondary EXP bar that has to do with your family, across your entire family. And you use these points to invest in nodes, to purchase housing, and to rent items that have to do with the contribution system. Well, how do you get contribution points? Well, like I said, it's like a secondary EXP bar. As you can see, I have 62.67%. And you get more of these points by discovering new lands, basically just by playing the game, right? Completing quests, and trading byproducts from your life skilling. So it's basically turning raw materials and goods, and then selling them, essentially. There is a soft cap. So once you have 425 contribution points, you will get decreased contribution EXP once past that. So it's like a soft cap. So it's very difficult to get contribution points once you hit that 425 point soft cap. And as you can see, I have 88 right now invested in nodes, a 43 invested into housing. Okay, so if you hit M, this is basically my empire of contribution nodes, right? And I've invested in nodes and what my workers actually work on. So Heidel is the secondary city that you run into. If I click on it here, you can see there's a lot of like housing, so to speak. Well, each of these housing do certain things. Like if I just click on a random here, so you could do storage, a mushroom factory, and a residence, right? This is my residence right here. And then I also have here storage I've invested, right? Then you have certain things like over here, this is housing for workers, lodging for workers. I can hire more workers, right, to work nodes. What are the nodes? Well, if I go over here and I click, this is a node, production node that I've invested in. You invest contribution points into this. And as you can see, I am harvesting pumpkins, right? I got a worker doing that. I'm harvesting cooking or honey. It's honey production, but it's basically cooking honey, okay? And I have a worker working on that. All right, so they will gather materials, which are considered raw materials, and they will deposit it into Heidel, my storage, so that I can utilize it for cooking or alchemy or what have you. Velia is the starting city. You can do the same. As you see here, I've invested in housing right there, so I can hire workers, right? And as you can see, once I click on it, it brings up the storage. And as you can see, I have raw materials, corn, I've got wheat, right? Got some raw materials being deposited here, okay? Highly recommend you do something like the Batali farm. You get chicken, okay? You get some ash going, some ash timber. You get some sort of starch. So that would be something like corn or wheat. So here you go, corn. I highly recommend, because you're going to be starting out in this area. So Velia is perfectly fine. Invest in the nodes, get some workers going, and start gathering some raw materials. Highly recommend you do a meat, some timber. I wouldn't worry about ore right off the bat, okay? I would worry about starch. And then way over here, highly recommend you do grapes, because that's fruit. And then you do olives, which is a vegetable, okay? So I highly recommend you start into those, and those are some great, fantastic raw resources to start. Okay, if you want to have workers, you're gonna need some decent. Well, to start out, you're gonna not gonna have a very good energy pool, so you're gonna have to settle with the common workers, and you probably, there's different tiers of workers. You're gonna have to start with the green tier of worker, most likely. To find the work supervisor, you're just going to click on that find NPC button. You're going to hit worker, boom, and it's going to take you to the work supervisor in your town. This gentleman will sell you workers. So the worker exchange is sometimes okay. The worker will be listed here, but you need to make sure that the worker is in the town that you actually want them to come from. So location, location, location. Very important. Do not purchase a worker off here that is in a town that is very far away, because he is stuck there. You cannot transfer him. Just keep that in mind, okay? But what you're concerned with is going to be contract worker, and it's going to cost you 5 energy. So we're going to hit yes. And that's a decent one right off the bat, is a goblin worker, green. I would highly recommend you take this to start, and that he's a decent worker. So it's going to tell you how much lodging you have, your current energy, right? And the cost. Not very much, 3,500 silver. Goblins are decent because they have very good work speeds. Their luck is, average. The thing is, with goblin workers, they have low stamina. So they're a little bit to babysit. And I'll show you how to replenish your workers so that they keep going. But the goblins have low stamina, okay? So if you're not happy with this and you want another one, you just hit view another. And there you go, you get another one. As you can see, the giant worker, though, is a low work speed and movement speed. So they don't move very fast and they don't work very fast. Their luck's pretty much the same. But look at that stamina. Compared to that 8 on the goblin, 30 on the giant. I mean, he's pretty much like an AFK worker. It's like you can leave this guy running for a while, right? Let's see if we can get a human. Let's just see. I'll go ahead and burn a little bit of energy. As you can see, the goblin, right? More movement speed, more work speed. The humans are like your middle of the road. You know, they're not great at everything, but they're, you know, pretty average at everything. So, and if you're more interested in workers, let's go to, there's a worker guide on grumpygreen.cricket. I'll put this link in the description of the video, and this is a very good guide about workers. Okay, he goes over worker skills, how to get them. See, here's the different workers available to you at the starting city. It's goblin, human, giant. This is a very good guide. Goes over each of the stats, right? Goes over the tiers of workers, right? You're probably going to be concerned with normal and skilled. It's very difficult to get a professional or artisan while utilizing energy. So I would start with normal and skilled to begin with, okay? All right, so there's that guide. Showed you the nodes, how to utilize workers. And let's go ahead and, we want to get into cooking, right? Or actually, you know what? One more thing while I have a little bit of time here. Before we get into that. Fishing. You get asked about a lot about fishing in Black Desert Online. So you're going to need a fishing pole. You can purchase this off the market, or you can find a fishing vendor and purchase just a regular fishing pole. You're going to equip it. As you can see, Shy has her little fishing pole. You're going to go to a body of water right here. See, this is a river. And as you can see, it says fishing resource abundant right now. And you can select a grade of fish that you want to auto discard, right, while you're auto fishing. Now, you can completely AFK fish in Black Desert Online. You can cast your line and your character will automatically fish without any input from you. And the timer's about 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, your character will just auto fish and fill up your inventory until it's full, and then your character will stop. That's a decent way to do income if you're just wanting to set it AFK and you want to go to bed, you know, come back 8 hours later, or however many hours you sleep, and your character will have fished and have an inventory full of fish that you can sell to the trade manager, or you can utilize for cooking. Or if you want to be an active fisher because you just like fishing and, you know, it's relaxing to you or what have you, I don't know, and you want to get a higher grade of fish by active fishing, you're just going to hit spacebar. It's going to cast your line. And we're going to wait for a fish to bite. So like I said, the AFK fishing portion has a 3-minute timer. You can reduce that with potions, pets, certain pets. But remember, pets really only come from the cash shop, unfortunately. There are some quests and sometimes some giveaways for the pets, but they're few and far between. And I believe the quests are none of the pets actually have the auto reduction time. So as you can see, we got a fish on the line. We're gonna hit space. We want to get above that line, right? There you go. And it's gonna give us a little mini game here. It's gonna, yep, there you go. And there we are. We caught a fish. Cool. As you can see, what did we catch? We caught a cherry salmon, which is a blue quality, not bad. We can sell it to the trade manager if we want, or we can utilize it in fishing. One other part about fish is that you can see there's a timer, 23 hours, 59 minutes. That is the freshness of the fish. So as that timer degrades, the value is going to degrade of the fish. Now, value doesn't really have anything to do with actually cooking it, but it will degrade its value and if you're going to sell it to a trade manager, okay? So just keep that in mind. And back to the auto fishing portion of the timer. So it's 3 minutes for auto fishing, for the AFK fishing. Now you can reduce that with pets. As I'll show you, I think I have a pet that does auto reduce fishing. Trying to remember which one it is. I'm pretty sure I do have one that does that. Or maybe I don't. You know what? I don't think I do. I think it's the... Oh, wait. It's the penguin, I thought. Isn't it him? Yeah, so here, it's the penguin. So auto fishing time reduction, right? I think it's like 10%. Also, clothing will do, there's certain clothing that will reduce it. I think you can get it down to about 1.5 minutes. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's move on now that I've showed you that. And I'll show you where the trade manager is at if you actually do want to sell. Let's say you got a full inventory of fish and you're like, okay, I want to sell it. I don't want to use it for cooking. I want to sell it. Okay, find NPC, right? Trade manager, boom. And it's just going to take you right to the trade manager. And for whatever reason, it highlighted the wrong trade manager. So make sure it's the trade manager in your town. Oops, hitting the wrong button. There we go. I thought that was weird. I was like, why is that auto line going to the other town? All right, here you go. And trade. And there you go, sell. As you can see, it sells for a little bit more than what the actual price is listed on. So there we go. Sold to the trade manager. Okay. So now, all right, let's get into cooking. I highly recommend this website right here, incendar.com. I'm going to put the link in the video description. Now this gives you EXP per process in the game. Alchemy, process, and cooking. So we're going to cook on cooking. We want to see the EXP for each cooking. And we're going to go down to something that's a beginner item. Highly recommend you do whatever resource you have the most of, but real easy one to start. That helps fuel your workers and is very easy to actually make starting off is grilled bird meat. So what do you need for grilled bird meat? You need bird meat, obviously. So you remember that node I showed you? It's the Batali farm. So let's go back. In the starting area, it's the Batali farm. Chicken meat production. There you go. That's bird meat. Bird meat, deep frying oil, cooking wine, and salt. Okay, these are all base items you can buy from a vendor, a cooking vendor. This is a resource that you can collect right off the bat. So grilled bird meat is great to start out with. The other great thing about grilled bird meat is that your workers can use it to replenish their energy. So it's like a dual, it's great. It's a dual purpose product that you can make it, you can sell it, and you can also help to replenish your workers. So where do you find, there's a couple things you're gonna need for cooking to start out, okay? You're gonna have to go to the map, you're gonna have to go to the town you're in, right? And you're gonna have to purchase a residence. So drop down, residence, and it's gonna highlight all the residents. Okay, and then you're gonna have to find one, you're gonna have to click, and you're gonna have to go, okay, see if it's a residence that you like. Click purchase it. It's going to cost you some contribution points and a little bit of silver, I believe, as well. So you have your residence. Now, let's say you're in your town. And you're like, okay, now I want to find a cooking vendor. Again, click on the cooking vendor. From find NPC, it's going to take you right to him. This gentleman will sell you what you need to start for cooking. You're going to need a cooking utensil. And you're going to install that in your residence, okay? Stay away from this, the Balanos traditional cooking utensil. That is a trap. Each cooking process takes 10 seconds. This adds 5 seconds to that. You do not want to increase the cooking time. You want to decrease it. So do not buy this. This is a trap. Start with a regular cooking utensil, and hopefully by playing the game, you can increase that to an advanced cooking utensil or a supreme one. Sometimes they give away supreme ones, sometimes they give away advanced ones, and just by doing some cooking leveling, you'll get some just by leveling up your cooking, okay? You'll get an advanced one at least. So we needed cooking wine, deep frying oil, and we needed salt. As you can see here, I already have those items, but you're gonna wanna buy them in bulk, right? Buy multiple to make sure you have enough. Let's actually buy some more salt, actually. I'm gonna buy 500 more salt. And I also have the chicken meat already. So I already have the materials I need So you got your residence, you got your cooking utensil. Let's go to my residence, and you have your raw resources that you want to turn into an actual product. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna head to my residence. Hopefully it's not bugged out. Oh, sweet, it's not. Okay. Sometimes it bugs out and doesn't let me out. So this is my house. This is my actual residence. As you can see, I got some maids going on here. I got my pets, and I have some various decorations that I've just collected throughout the game. I make it a point not to purchase decorations ever in this game. I just don't think they're worth it. So this is just stuff I've gotten just by actually playing the game. And down here you can see it's basically my production lab, essentially. I have a Supreme Alchemy tool. I have Supreme Cooking Utensils. These are ones I've gathered. As you can see, certain things about cooking utensils. So the Supreme ones actually will help reduce your cooking time. And as you can see, the durability is very high. So once you get that regular cooking utensil, you'll notice that the durability is not very high. That's okay, because they're pretty cheap. You can just discard them once they're done and place new ones. Okay, in order to place, as you can see, once I came into my residence, there is a place mode. So you're gonna hit that, and it's gonna bring up, and you're gonna see over here your cooking utensil. It'll have a number next to it, and you're just gonna click on it and you're gonna place it. Okay, that's all you're gonna do. It's very simplistic. It's straightforward. There's nothing really difficult about it. Okay. Now, couple things. Remember I told you there's a 10-second timer. One thing is that can help reduce that is silver embroidered cook clothes. Okay. Now I have actual. Let's see here. No. Let's open Central Market. Okay, so here's the Central Market. Now you're gonna have to go to the Central Market vendor to do that. I have maids and butlers that I can open it anywhere, so you're probably not gonna be able to do this. So go find the Central Market vendor himself. Where you're gonna go to purchase, and we're gonna go to armor, and you're gonna go to functional clothes. Highly recommend that you try and get a silver embroidered cook's clothes. If you can only afford the first level, do it. It knocks a second off your cooking, and it's not very much money. It's 740,000. You'll make that pretty quick. If you have millions already, you're like, oh man, I already have 100 million or something, or 50 million. Highly recommend you try and get a +2. That's 3 seconds off your cooking time. So highly recommend these. Don't worry about if you're on the season server. Don't worry about Manos and Logia. Some people might have mentioned it to you or something. Your season character can't utilize those yet. They're accessories. Okay, and the cook clothes for Manios and Logia don't reduce cooking time, so I wouldn't worry about those. Okay. All right, so a couple things that can also help reduce cooking time is the Magical Verde Drought. All right, that will help reduce it as well. As you can see, cooking time, right? Alchemy, less than a second. A Life Spirit Stone as well. That can be purchased off the market. Will also actually help as well. And Seafood Cron Mill will also help reduce cooking times. Okay, so those are some items that will help you reduce your cooking time. Now we're going to click on the utensil itself, and as you can see, I've already made certain things, right? So these are already learned based off of me already doing it. So like beer, I've already done herbal wine, right? So these stay in your actual cooking queue because you've already done it. So grilled bird meat, and it will give you the recipe, right? So here's the recipe I've already done. So chicken meat 2, deep frying oil 6, salt 1, right? Cooking wine 2. Okay, so we're gonna click select. It's gonna load those items. If you have never cooked it before, you're gonna have to manually load those items in, right, first. So you're just gonna have to go click on these, and then the amount you need into the pot itself, and then it'll register, right? So in order to know that recipe, you're gonna have to go to this website, and you're like, okay, you're gonna have to find that grilled bird meat, right? It was here to start. There you go, grilled bird meat, and it's gonna give you the recipe. So you're gonna add those materials to this queue. You're gonna hit, and then you're gonna go batch production, right? You're gonna hit yes, and you're gonna go max. So I can make 496 with the materials I have in my inventory. So we're gonna hit OK, and it's automatically gonna start cooking. Bam, there you go. Now, you can hit P and bring up your character information. As you see cooking, right? I'm already a professional 6, but you see the EXP going up? There you go. EXP is increasing because we have some EXP boosters going. Just because the server right now has life skilling increases that are pretty good. And I have pets out that are also helping that. If you want even more, I can stop this process just by moving a little bit. And I have some more life skilling EXP boosters in my actual inventory. So we'll go. Once you've made it, right, you can just click on that. You can click select. It makes it a lot easier. We're going to go max. And there we go. We start again. And as you can see here, I boosted my life skill mastery and my life EXP, right? So why would you want to boost your life skill mastery? Well, if you go life scaling here, right, this little fish icon, and I go to mastery, higher cooking mastery increases your chance of activating mass cooking, which uses 10 times the ingredients to cook 10 portions of food at once. Your cooking mastery also increases your chance of cooking the max number of dishes. You know, it'll also increase both your chances of cooking higher grade dish and profits if you're selling to the Imperial vendor itself. So you can make an Imperial vendor item and then sell it to them for a lot of money. I can show that in another video. One very just real quick, one very popular one is pickled vegetables. So I actually have some here. I have sweet and sour pickled vegetables, and I have pickled vegetables. You can turn these into an Imperial item through processing and then sell it to a vendor for the Imperial vendor itself for actually very good money. It's very popular to do. I can show you how to do that in another video. But right now I just wanted to show you the basis of cooking, because as you can see, we're using up materials, and I have some steaming hot grilled bird meat. This is the higher tiered item that comes from just making grilled bird meat. Those are the end products. As you can see, Shai is cooking away. It's going to keep going, and as you can see here, if we go back to, remember our cooking screen here, or actually our character information screen, I'm already a professional 7. We started as a professional 6, so we've already gained a level, and our EXP is going up. It's very unfortunate a seasoned character can't utilize the Logia and Manos accessories, because they help boost your mastery and your life skilling EXP. But you know, the season servers are a lot of fun, so it's a sacrifice worth doing, because eventually you're going to graduate that character off the season server, because the season servers only last for 3 months. And once those 3 months are up, Pearl Abyss automatically graduates your character if you have not done it, and it gets converted to a regular character. So this shouldn't take very much longer, because I have a 3-second cook. I could reduce that another second, but I didn't want to burn my potion. So we're running down these resources, as you can see. And the video's already 29 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that process. I just wanted you to see. That's essentially how you cook. Alchemy is very similar. You need raw resources, recipes, to actually make an actual end product. So I'm going to show you what you can do with that grilled bird meat. So you click on your worker icon here, right? Here's all my workers that are doing processing right now. Okay. And as you can see, they have an energy level, right? So some of these guys have burnt some energy, like this professional goblin worker is already at 5 of 10, right? We're going to go to recover all. And as you can see, I have the bird meat, right, as an option to select. Now we're going to click confirm. And as you can see there, boom. It re-energized my workers. Not bad, right? So it has dual purpose. You can also just sell it. You can sell it on the marketplace itself. Although I'm going to warn you, grilled bird meat doesn't have very much value because it's very easy to make. And there's really no reason to buy it, right? Because you could just simply make it pretty easily. The steaming hot grilled bird meat, which is the proc for a higher tiered item, basically sells for almost 3 times the value. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty much the same for anything you make, right? It's going to have a higher tiered item that's worth quite a bit more usually. Show you again, right? Pickled vegetable. The sweet and sour pickled vegetable has almost 3 times the value on the marketplace. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you learned something about cooking and you're going to dive right into it because I like cooking. It's a lot of fun. I have a much higher level cooker on the regular servers, but Shy is a lot of fun. She can be a great cooker because, as I said, one of her most unique features is that not only does she start Professional 1 in Alchemy and Gathering, every level she increases, she gets more carry weight. So this is very good carry weight for a character, 1,143. Shy is excellent for carrying very heavy loads, which is ironic because she's tiny. So hopefully you found the video useful. Please like and subscribe. Help me grow the channel. I have more videos coming. A little bit more time to play some video games lately. Work's not been so heavy on me. Although next week, around the 1st of November, I do have some more projects incoming, which my playtime's probably going to dive again, unfortunately. But hey, got to pay the bills, right? All right, so Audio Jake out. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.